Hello folks, it's that Tassie Wargamer again. Two videos in one night, but I really want to keep these two separate because this is something which I think is quite important. Here in front of me is a box from Warlord Games received just last week. I have done some small orders from Warlord in the past, but knowing that some of the UK services have been hard hit with losing a lot of business to Europe, I thought I'd do the right thing and give a company some of my service. So I went on site. They did have some things that I think they were giving away, that it was buy two get one free. So I thought I'll take some great advantage of it. Went online and bought bits and pieces. Now, I'm not a wealthy man, so it's not very often I'm going to go off and spend hundreds of dollars. You know, I might spend maybe up to 100 Aussie dollars, which what is it, about £60, £70 at any one time. They might do some more next time I get an opportunity, but I never spend a lot of money in one time. So this was a big one for me. I'd never bought anything like this from this amount from Warlord before, but I'll show you what I bought, and then I'll show you the issue. Well, then we'll talk about the issues that we're now going to have. I don't normally do unboxings, so these have already been unboxed, so I didn't think I'd bother showing you. Nothing big. I'm going to use my Germans, because as I've said before, I think on my videos, for Infamy, which is what I play, the Germans, Warlord's Germans are basically Gauls with some different heads. So if you buy the German box, you get the Gaul box with some metal heads and some metal shields, but basically they're the same. And then from what I've read, their Brits are basically the same too. So again, I've enjoyed painting them, but I really can't see myself painting another 40 or 50 barbarians just to make them look a little bit different. So I'm going to use the same hordes for whether they're Germans, Gauls or Britons. Over time, I'll probably add in some woad or tattooed sort of characters that make them look a bit different. But obviously I'm getting some of the characters for each. So I've already bought some Celtic or Gallic leaders, and now I've bought some Britons. So I bought Boadicea, I think is the new way of saying it. I've bought some, there it is, another Celtic chariot. So I've now got 2 chariots for the Brits, and as long as I learn how to use them well, I will end up getting, excuse my rat, I'll end up buying some more chariots to get the Germans round. Get the Britons round. Bought some Celtic slingers. A, because I'm building them up the Celts, but B, because John's always complaining, because when we play Infamy, we use my miniatures. So I have built up, just in the last, just during COVID, I painted up an entire Roman force, entire German force to play. So yeah, John was saying he's got the archers, he really likes some slingers. So it's not all one-sided. I think I've mentioned before, I'm painting up the Infamy sides. John is painting up all the forces for a Sudanese campaign, so the British and Sudanese, to do that side of it. So there's the slingers. What else we got? A cart. They've got 2 very similar. One's a Celt cart, one's a Roman cart. I went for the Celt cart because I could always use it in I don't know, Dark Age games as well, I guess. And 2, because I really like the sound of the Spanish Catrati. They're the only ones I haven't really got for my Romans. So I went and got 2, because just reading about them in Infamy, they're going to be quite handy. So that's what I bought. All up, I think it came up to about, I think it was about 70 Australian dollars, and that's probably my limit at any one time. Yeah, sometimes if I get a bonus from somewhere, I might spend bigger. And while I was doing that, I saw other things on there too. So I was, once these arrived, I was going to put a new order in with just bits and pieces. I was after some other Roman characters. There was a pack there that had something which I might have been able to use as a doctor for my Romans. Other bits and pieces. I was probably going to spend about 70 or 80 Australian dollars there as well. And then today, I had a really odd thing arrive in my email, and you may have seen it on some Facebook sites. about the price increases, not price increases, are shipping limits and fees for shipping out of the UK. Have a look on the Warlord site if you haven't, and they will have their notice there. I received an email today. For the rest of us, or for us, I mean rest of the world, and specifically for Australia, they now have a limit as to how much we can spend, which is £50, which works out to be roughly 90 Australian dollars. That's the minimum we spend. They will not ship for less than £90. 90 Australian dollars. If we spent up to 270 Australian dollars, which is a fair bloody hike, I can buy a lot of miniatures for that. Up to 270, it's going to cost me 90 Australian dollars shipping on top of that as well. After that, after 270 Australian dollars, shipping's free. What they have said is to offset the cost of shipping, they will give you a free plastic box set. So for me, it's going to cost me $90 in shipping. I'll get 44 of that back. So roughly half of that back I'll get in shipping. Whereas previously I ordered these, and oddly enough, I got these shipped free at 70 Australian dollars. I got them shipped free. So I will buy Warlord miniatures again because I do like them, but I'm going to have to wait until they are being sold by local distributors. Now, I often buy them from Mighty Ape. However, Mighty Ape have been having trouble buying them from the UK. Obviously, Mighty Ape buy in bulk, being probably my favourite provider down here. So they are obviously not going to have to pay shipping. But they will be paying GST and duty on them when they arrive in Australia, or sorry, in New Zealand actually. No doubt, unless there's a free trade agreement between the UK and New Zealand. I'm not sure of because it's a New Zealand company. So they may well having to pay duty and GST on top of it as well. So I'm not going to be getting them as cheap, but I certainly will be buying them because I do like the miniatures. But yeah, I really wanted to support what essentially is the home of war gaming in the UK. That is the UK. Thought I'd support some UK businesses. However, yeah, I can't, not with the shipping, and I don't know why they've done it. They gave some reasons, but I don't really understand why they've having to hit the rest of the world with all those fees. So, Warlord Games, I really want to support you directly, but I can't. And I think most other Australians are going to be in the same boat, and probably most of the other people around the world are going to be in the same boat. I think you've made a mistake, and I really want you to consider that, your direct sales probably are where you're making a lot of your money. So I really do hope you see the error of your ways and reduce some of those minimum charge, those limits and the charges too, because I can't see how ordering a small packet like you saw should be costing me 90 Australian dollars. Something's wrong and you need to fix it. Anyway, that's my rant. Thanks for watching.